Cycle 2, the ARRL Western Massachusetts Traffic Net. This net meets daily at 1 p.m. or so on the K1 FFK Mount Greylock 146.910 repeater with a PL tone of 162.2. The purpose of this net is to handle any messages between the cities and towns of Western Massachusetts and to provide liaison to the first region net that meets on 3948 kilohertz at 1345 local time. This is a directed net. Please do not break the net unless you have emergency or priority traffic. Please do not leave the net without informing Net Control Station whenever possible. Your Net Control Station today is Kilo Delta 2, Juliet Kilo Victor. My name is Peter, and I am in Albany, New York. At this time, are there any stations showing emergency or priority traffic? Net Control is now looking for a First Region Liaison Station, AB1TC. Paul, please call and list any traffic. Net Control is now looking for any station showing traffic or announcement. Traffic or announcements only. Please call. Now, any and all stations wishing to check into the Western Mass Traffic Net, please call now.
Here is Whiskey Alpha 1 Zulu Hotel Mike John in Pittsfield. Commercial power, no traffic.
K1FFK
Says November 1 Sierra Yankee November. Rick in Dalton, Massachusetts. Negative traffic this afternoon, and I'm on commercial power. Morning or good afternoon, Peter. I'm sounding like you. And good afternoon, Net.
Net recognizes WA1ZHM and N1SYN. Good afternoon. Yeah, I use the Cycle 1 script, so sometimes I forget to change the wording. Anybody else want to check into the Western Mass Traffic Net?
SYN.
N1SYN. Go ahead, Rick.
Well, that wasn't a jab. Okay.
Oh, I know. I got that. Anybody else wishing to check into the Western Mass Traffic Net? Any other business or comments before we close? All right, we'll make this the last call for any stations wishing to check in. Somebody's not quite making it into the machine. With that, this closes the Western Mass Traffic Net. Thanks to all the stations that checked in and those who stood by while the net was being conducted. The time Kilo Victor signing 73. Have a good day and be safe.
And one SYN before you go. WA1ZHM.
Yeah, N1SYN here. What's up, John?
Yeah, had an interesting conversation with El Presidente on his way home from the meeting last night. Did you go?
Oh, I didn't.
Okay, the reason I asked was he imparted some news. The new South County repeater that we ordered should be in hand today. He was tracking it. It was in Albany, so he's going to set it up and test it at his home, and then set it up and test it a little bit more at his place of employment. And once things are going well and everything's copacetic, and hopefully that's going to be next week or so, it gets up on, put up on the mountain down here at Butternut. So that'll make the South County folks happy. Plus, that'll be a digital repeater. And let me catch it. They want to replace the repeater that we're talking on up on Greylock there with one of these new units. And so it'll be all new and nice and everything. It'll perform like it has in the past with a little less power, but it'll be enhanced with the digital end of the critter, the aspect. And so there'll be digital plus regular analog communications available. I think that's super.
Yeah, it sounds good. I had run into Eric maybe about a month ago on the repeater, and he was telling me that he was going to see if the club wanted to do that. And he said eventually when they get set up, both of them, correctly, they can do the digital and the analog simultaneously.
That opens up a whole realm of new possibilities for us. So, yeah, I think it's a good idea. Step in the right direction. And there'll be some emails coming out pretty soon about it. There's one problem I see with the scanner listeners. If they don't have the PL, they're going to be disgusted with the digital noise.
Yeah, I don't know how that all works, but it's something that eventually I'll probably start reading about or whatever and figure out what's going on. But yeah, because he said the one they got now, it's either digital or analog, as you've heard and you've used it. But he said that once they're all set up, it can be seamless. So I don't know how it works where they can do both at the same time. But hey, sounds great. And it'd be nice to have the South County one down there for the folks down there. Plus, you and I will be able to. I can hit it. That's for sure. Or I used to be able to. I don't know how far down into. Is it going to be up on the same ridge?
This is basically the same spot. They may be using an antenna at ground level until they get that situation straightened out. But they're thinking about just a magnetic 5/8 wave sticking on something for now, just for testing. I don't know what the antenna situation is. So if they got one available, I'm sure you'll use it. And let's see. Yeah, that's pretty good news. Well, if I'm not mistaken, they had the 03 here in Pittsfield set up to operate both at the same time. And they got a little, I don't know, there were some glitches to that. So then they went back to analog, and they went back to, I'm not sure operating in both now or not, but anyhow, it's interesting to hear people out in Texas and stuff on 2 meters, so.
Yeah, I can imagine. But, hey, you know, at least there's some progress. I was under the assumption that when the repeater went back in down there, it was going to be over in the new communications, and they had a rack for us and everything in the communications center down there. Where is it, in Lee or Lennox, whatever.
What I was under the impression we went into the new bunker on the mountain.
Yeah, I didn't know it was up in the same spot though. So we'll be in that compound, that bunker.
There's one we were in, and then even I think it's a little higher up the hill. There's another one that they just put up. That's what happened. That's why it went down and everything. Our equipment's there and everything, and he plans to take that equipment and check it out back at the shop, use it as a backup in case something goes down. We'd have a repeater that we could just dump back in line, you know.
I had sent an email back in the loop. I don't know if it got back in the loop or not, and asked them, you know, how bad is the one that was there, and could it be repaired and kept as a spare, but didn't hear back. I imagine that's what they would have done anyways. Well, that's great. I'm glad to hear that. So, well, and does anyone know what has happened? I'm trying to. The civil defense repeater or whatever that used to be around, and Jimmy passed, and has that all been straightened out yet? Also, I don't know if I'm sure our club doesn't have anything to do with it, but has anybody heard anything about that one?
Yeah, Dave, I believe, TTT has that, and they were going to put it up on what is it? Where the old fire tower burnt down there in Richmond. What mountain? You know where I mean. Anyway, and I believe he's in cahoots with in conjunction, working in unison with the civil defense, Richmond Civil Defense there, Mr. Grizzy and that gang. So I wouldn't be surprised if this summer it goes on air from up there in what is that? Lennox Mountain.
Okay. Well, sounds like things will be getting put back together, or in different spots and stuff, whatever. But that's a good thing. There's more facilities if necessary to use.
WA1 ZHM. Well, unfortunately, these days we have more equipment than we have users. I'm constantly listening to 4 repeaters and everywhere else, and it's just quiet. It's deafening silence.
Yep, I've noticed that too. There's a core of people, but they're not. It doesn't get used constantly. They use it, and that's fine. But just in general, I think we have more people, outside of Berkshire County who talk through the repeater than we have, members of the club.
Anyhow, looks like it's time to get into the digital age. Now you can send pictures over those new digital radios and stuff, almost like I guess it's similar to slow scan.
else I was gonna talk to you about? I can't remember right now this afternoon. I'm in the middle of some stuff and just took a break to check into the net and figured I'd run into you anyways. But there's a lot of good stuff to be done with that. That's what it was. I don't know if it's still there, but at HRO they had one of those mobile rigs. They had the analog and digital, and I was looking at it, and then an introductory price. It was very inexpensive. I don't know if that's what you picked up, but I thought about it, and I said, "Geez, I've got so many freaking radios now. Do I want to buy another one?"
No, I don't have anything digital. It's time to get that way, though. I've been waiting for them to come down in price, and they are. There's one 2-meter only digital that goes for like $137. It's on my Facebook page. If you care to check it out. Anyway, I'll let you go. WA1ZHM.
Now that must be the one that I saw there, but I don't know enough about it to know whether I should pick it up or not. So we'll talk about it, and we'll get back together and chat. We can go down on the O3 machine or something later on and chat about this stuff. Hey, have a good one, and nice to run into you. WA1ZHM N1SYN.
All right, it's nothing we have to rush out and do right away. We got a lot of time. And the more time we wait, the less it's going to cost us in the long run. That's cool. Prices keep going down. The more popular it gets, the less expensive it gets. Well, I see that. I'll sell some of my analog equipment and pick up the digital. There's no problem there. Digital still does the analog, so you're not gonna. You can replace the equipment and just pick up the extra capability. 73 WA1ZHM.
Okay, catch you later. N1SYN clear. QRT. N1SYN, do you have a minute? W1TXT.
K1FFK.
days after that New Yorker article ran, ordered 250,000 eggs of silly putty. So it was the beginning of the picture. In the 1950s, TVs featuring Peter Hudson himself introduced silly putty to the rest of the world. The transformation from science experiment reject to sensational children's toy is